like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comedy Show. The Comedy Show with Comrade Lante Oriake, live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us.
Okay, a very good evening to you all, people of Edo State and Nigerians across the world, most especially. I want to salute you all. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, and a good evening to you, depending on where you are watching from. This is the Comrade Show, and of course you are on to the Comrade and Friends. We are back again, and of course to look at some of the matters that are making the headlines, some of which in recent time have become quite unsettling to the extent that they are unsettling enough to change the course of direction. Today, the Comrade and Friends will be taking a look at the security situation in Edo State today as things stand. And of course, if there's still time, we may go into some other matters. But in the meantime, I want to plead with everyone who is joining us at this hour to please share this broadcast. Let's get some numbers together. My name remains and always will be Comrade Lante Oriaki. Like I always say, whenever it does change, if it ever does, be sure I'm going to let you know. By the grace of God, we are ready for business today. We are going to be starting, firmly with the security situation in Edo State. But before we go into all that, I want to, happily recognize, some persons who are joining us into Hamosigo. Thank you very much for joining us. Joy Obade, I see you. Thank you so very much, Mrs. Iyamu Baba Kesji. Baba Kesji, are you still in the local government? God bless you, my brother. I see you, man. I see you. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for joining us, Osaro Kings, John Edozele, Joy Obade, John Edozele. God bless you guys. Please let's share the program. Yes, Uzi Chizi, I see you. Patience Irabo, thank you so very much for taking some time out to be with us. I'm going to quickly just bring the musketeers, I call them. These are the friends of the comrade. Introduce them, then we set the ball rolling. I have with us one who's going to be helping us do justice to the debate of today, the discourse. It's no other person but Austin Iremira. Please say hello to the people, my brother.
Good evening, my people. Good to be here again to have a chat about our country and especially Edo State. Thank you, Lamtin, and thanks for joining us.
God bless you, my brother Austin Remira. I equally have with us Dr. Tony Osakmama Agbons. Yes, sir.
My people, agreed to now join Comrade Lamte Oriaki and my brother Austin to welcome you all to our program for today. I hope everything is okay with all of you now. Thanks for joining us.
God bless you, my brother. I want to salute a big sister in the house, and that is somebody who is equally joining us on Facebook and who is equally, part of us on this platform. Arawa Igibon Mabel, thank you so very much, all the way from Italy. She's equally joining the Comrade and Friends at this hour. But we are going to zero straight into the matter at hand. The matter at hand is the issue of the security situation in Edo State. I want to quickly bring Austin. Austin, Edo State is on fire. Court clashes, harvest of bodies, dead bodies, no peace, armed robbery everywhere. As a matter of fact, Upper Sapmomba, St. Saviour, Ogida, areas around the Uselushe, areas around Sapler Road, Testament Road. As a matter of fact, the entire Benin City right now is engulfed. As even at this morning, the level of armed robbery, is alarming. As at this morning, yesterday evening, from information we gathered, part of a Musolu market was held hostage for a long time. We've had slow response from the police so far. A lot is going on. However, probably when I come back later, we'll be talking of the measures the government has taken. First thing, how do you appraise the current situation? And all these, they are happening at a time where we are supposed to be happy. It is the inauguration of the governor of Edo State. It is the Allow Thou Summit that is promising Edos a very bright future. How will you appraise this situation, Austin Remira?
Thank you so much, my brother Lamte. First and foremost, I just want to condole and sympathize with the families of those people that have died. That's why I'm wearing red today. Like you said, it's supposed to be a very good week, full of good activity, but the incessant killing and the trouble in our state, especially within Benin City, has sort of paint our state in a very sad light this week. So my heart goes out to the family, and I'm wearing red as a sign of reflecting the mood, and also saying that because some people might have died innocently, and then you can imagine what the family will be going through. So that said, you've already said everything. Today, this week was the inauguration of Governor Obaseki's second tenure with the Allow Thou Summit going on. There was also the good football match that was played this week. But all of them have just been beclouded with the killing. Because if I was killed when I was if I was killed as a young man, you were killed as a young one, and Tony was killed as a young man, we won't all be here today. A country, a society, a state cannot continue to lose the future, because these young ones are the future, and it's really very sad. In the week where it's supposed to be all glory for us, we are here crying and feeling really low. So I would say it's been a 50-50 chance. Moments of happiness and the sadness coming at the tail end of the week has really drawn a very bad light. So my take is just to appeal to the citizens. There is much government can do, but the citizens will also have to play their role. Let everybody calm down. The killing is not supposed to be. Let us not kill what we have. The youth are the future of tomorrow. And if we begin to dissipate ourselves, Edo State will have no future at all. So just a quick one, and we appeal to the citizens, and I will say I'm really saddened, but yet I'm full of hope that all this will come to pass in the near future.
Thank you very much, Austin Remira. Dr. Agbos, before I bring you on, I want to play an excerpt of a clip that was sent to me yesterday. This actually happened yesterday somewhere around Saple Road. I want to advise that this picture is quite gory, and viewer discretion is advised. Just watch. According to reports, this young man was shot and killed just while he was, going about his normal business. He has already, had his wares in the market shielded, and he was killed right there at that point. So many other bodies, have been, flying around. Some of which, many of you guys may have seen. Please, viewer discretion is advised. These are very gory images that we are showing. As we speak, it is reported that well over 20 bodies, have been recovered, that have died in this process. And this is a picture of what Edo happens to be like. in the last couple of days.
Okay, like this is not evidence for Benin City. Evidence Ugo was here. See people for ground. Just see people. This one
is a bodies littered around in some places.
Protest now, they don't come outside. Now they
Dr. Agbons, how do you appraise the situation, sir?
It was hard for me watching some of these videos. A lot of them have been trending on social media in the last few days. Very hard, very sad, and I want to also join Austin and to commiserate with the families of those who have lost innocent people in this kind of I don't know how to describe it. I'm just feeling really emotional right now. Who have lost their dear ones in this crisis, this clashes that is going on. It is not. This is unlike us. It is not what we are known for. And like Austin mentioned, this is a week where we're supposed to be buzzing, and the governor has been inaugurated. A week where hope begins, and we are all thinking of what next to come, the positivity all around, and then we are having this fight, and some people have said is court groups fighting for territories, fighting for domination and power. Young people just killing themselves arbitrarily. So it is very sad. And I want to also add my voice to the cause that is being made by well-meaning Edo sons and daughters and even other Nigerians outside Edo State that this killing should stop. This killing should stop so that peace can return to our land. It is very sad.
Thank you very much. But just to quickly say, please, if you are there, you are watching, you want to make contributions. Yesterday, we did announce that if anybody is having any information, useful information, and they are unable to get across to the appropriate authorities in Edo State, do well to get across to the Comrade Show. Let us have the information you have, and I assure you that the information will get down to the appropriate authorities. But just to quickly put everything in perspective, yesterday the government of Governor Godwin Obaseki did set up a rapid anti-crime intervention squad involving both police, soldiers, DSS and civil defense. Okay, of course, as the day go by, we are going to try to display their numbers so that if you have useful information, we can give them a call as well, so that we all join hands to fight this menace. But in the meantime, you can just go to the Comrade Show. You will find their contact number there, and of course on the page of the Comrade Show, you'll find the contact number there, and of course you can take that number and of course store the number in your phone. It can be useful anytime now that the do is the way it is. Having said that, I want to quickly ask my brother pharmacist Austin. Austin, given the situation we are in right now, the security situation that appear to now have taken the attention away from matters that that ought to be of a huge joy to Edo people right now. What do you think, apart from the measures being put in place right now by the governor of Edo State, what do you think that we ought to do as a people to get out of this quagmire, this present mess we are in right now?
Thank you so much, Lamte. In addition to the many things that the government is doing, I think the police commissioner spoke and said that they are trying to be on top of the matter, although everybody is slightly blaming the NSAS protest as part of the reason why we are facing this. I want to leave the government now and now speak direct to the Edo State people. It's not foreigners that are dying, it's Edolites that are dying. And some of these people causing this problem, some people somewhere know them. We need to increase our vigilance. We need to now be sensitive and smart. And anything going wrong within the area where we live, you've said the numbers have been displayed, they have the numbers already. Please do well to make that contact. It is very, very important. And again too, if you don't have to go out, please don't. And if you do go out, make sure you are careful, you are sensitive, you try to watch what's going on around you, and try to return back to base in time before nightfall. We know all the crucial areas now. There are about 5 or 6 within the metropolis. Please, I beg citizens to try to avoid those places for now. Innocent people have died. It's not only the court people. And I want to appeal to all cultists. Please, killing is not the hallmark of all this. You don't know who is going to be the next victim. Can we drop our shields? If we have any scores to settle with opposite court, can it not be done peacefully without continuous mayhem and causing trouble? People are not involved and they are dying. Innocent people, they go about their lawful duties. We have to work with the government to make the state peaceful so that the government can govern properly. I appeal to all of us. I appeal to parents. Please keep a strong eye on your children and make sure their whereabouts. You know their whereabouts and every movement. We need to take caution now. We don't need to throw caution to the wind. All hands must be on deck. Whilst the government is trying to do theirs, we as citizens, we have to do ours as well. I appeal to all the religious leaders, all our pastors, all our imams to be up and doing as well. Let's begin to drum the news of peace, because we cannot afford for people to be killed. Like I said in the beginning of the program, if I was killed while I was young, I won't be here today. We are just losing lives, and it is those state people that are suffering. I don't know, some people are also saying that this could be politically motivated. Why we cannot get that assertion very right. I want to also appeal to the politicians. If you are in one way or the other involved in this, please call your people to order. The continuous killing will not help us. It will do us more harm. That's my appeal to the people of Edo State, while we beg the government to do everything within its power to restore peace. Like the commissioner promised that peace will come, but that it's going to be a bit slow.
Thank you very much, Austin Eremira. I quickly want to go to Agbons. Agbons, what we want really is not really to paint the situation. What we want is to find, some lasting solution to where we are right now, so that peace can return to Edo State. Because we've been talking about, progress, development, and everything in Edo State, but a place where there is no peace, where there's insecurity, there can be development. Okay, now what we are craving for is, what do we do to restore Edo State to peace, so that we can conveniently talk about progress and development. Dr. Agbons, what is your take on this? What do we do to get out of this present security situation in Edo State?
Yeah, thank you, Comrade Lamte, for that question. In terms of solution, I want to say that it's twofold. This is just my own my own perception, and I will suggest this. Number one, the government have to step in. The first responsibility of government is the protection of lives and property of the citizenry. The government have to step in. They have to use all within the government resources and power to make sure that even if it involves involving the military, if the police, if they cannot, because after the answers, we all know that police morale is very low, and a lot of the police have been scared. Even many of them have not returned back to the streets. Police stations have been burned. So the government has to step in, use every material, human resources that is available to, first of all, bring peace. And secondly, because I said twofold, the second part is what Austin has already mentioned. As citizens, people that are doing all this killing, we used to come when we were much younger. We used to hear this jingle. I'm a robber, no be spirit. Now, person like you and me. So
Absolutely.
people that are doing this, all this killing, they not be spirits. They live within us, in our states.
Yeah.
You understand? So
Yes.
we, as a people, we all need to also support the security agencies, support them with information, so that, because crime is better prevented. Yeah. So crime prevention is the best approach. So, and this happens with intelligence. So people now have to. We used to have this growing up in my street in Benin. Then my way, you understand what I mean? For those who don't understand Benin language, is vigilante. So we're street by street, area by area. We have to secure ourselves. This is what Lagosians have done. So we can do the same in Edo, because in terms of people who do mayhem, they do it with two things. They use the power of force and they use the power of number. Once these two things can be countered, if there is vigilante, if there is information going around, they will be scared. And once they have that fear, they can, because most of these things that are happening, they are just happening in broad daylight. People just being shot at in broad daylight, in the marketplace, on the road, in their cars and all that. So that would be my own suggestion as a way out of this current crisis.
Okay, please, if you are there, share this broadcast. I have a direct message to the people of Edo State, because while this is happening today, we are looking. I personally am looking at the future of Edo State. And I want to say, okay, if you are a young man, you are a young woman, you are a parent in Edo State, while you boss children should not join courtism. The courtism right now, the root of courtism should start dying from this scenario that we are experiencing right now. But these people who have died now, I mean, from the records we have, more than 20 persons have died so far. Okay, that is not good news. That is not good news at all. It's not that they were sick. It's not that they had accident. It's not that here cross Morocco, Emina Sunu. It's not that. It's not anything unavoidable. But a lot of them, has actually been because of a Niario boy. The truth of the matter is that from what we have gathered so far, some of the people that have died, okay, they are not completely innocent of whatever is happening. Of course, like Austin did say, there may be a few persons too who, are just, victims of a whatever. But quite a good number of them, they know exactly what is happening. And here, like once they kill one, there will be reprisal attack. Because the person killed has family, has friends, has people who want to react because they know who has done this. So at the end of the day, we are in for a long spell if we do not take very serious measures. Pharmacist Austin Reberan, looking at what government has done so far, what is your take? How would you assess government's role so far?
think the government has taken a quick one with those combination of forces that the governor did this week. We haven't begun to see results. But I just want to say just to re-emphasize what Tony said. Probably we need a show of force now. So for all I know there are about 3 military barracks in Edo State or Benin City. Maybe the soldiers not necessarily coming out, but not necessarily coming out to come and go street to street. But there should be some show of force. Let them show that they are around. Let them be a combination of not just police and vigilante now, but the military. It's not something I thought I would have said in the 21st century. But we cannot continue. 28 people died. It's like killing a whole population. So we need everything to restore peace. So maybe the governor should not call the military to support if he has that power, so that there can be a show of force and movement around, to despair these people. Like you said, these killings may continue because if one is killed, the other one will want to there will be a repercussion. They want to attack again. There will be counter-attack and counter-attack, but innocent people will die in this. It is those innocent people that we want to protect as well. So I think in addition to what the government has done, maybe there will be more information, more news through the Edo State Broadcasting Service informing people, and let the military be part of this so that they can have a sort of restore that calmness back and put a curfew that after 9 o'clock nobody should be seen outside. But of course, Tony already said that even this killing is not done at night. It's not done in the daytime. So it's very difficult. Government cannot do it alone. We need the people of Edo State to come together. Because even if you have all the police, they may be somewhere in Upper Sabomba and something is happening in Owina. Before they get there, the team must have been done and they move to different places. So we need other intelligence. Edolites need to come together to protect their own. Even the bad ones, even the cultists, can also be changed tomorrow. So death in all entirety is not good at all. And it's young people. It's not 60 years old. It's not babies. These are young people full of life. We cannot be killing our own. Like we said off camera, everything that comes to Edo State is always overdone. We are talking of this now. There are dying wood criminals that have been released from jail, who are Atlanta everywhere as well. They could be the reasons. They could be the people causing it. We even heard information that one of the prisoners that was released went to kill another person because he felt that person gave information that led to his arrest and possible incarceration. So we have to be vigilant. Parents that have bad children should not protect them. It doesn't portend well for the state. Report any of your children if you know they are not doing very well. It is better for them to be kept than for them to kill other people who may even also be your relative at some point. So parents, please, we need to shield the good ones, and the bad kids we need to inform the government so that they can take drastic action. Then of course too, this one is not really going to help anything. The continuous bad governance of our country and our state is partly the reason why we are suffering now. So on the long term, government need to change and become more responsive.
Thank you very much. Dr. Agbons, I'm going to lay a foundation for this because what we have on our hands is huge. It's a very big elephant, and I'll tell you why. First and foremost, we just came out of an election where certain human beings brought in numerous weapons into the system, weaponized some of this. Now, let me start it from the genesis. Long ago, every courtesan now was resident in the campus. You only find courtesan in the campuses, not outside. But some people began to explore the ground of taking courtesan outside of school. And they are blended in the neighborhood. Now, courtesan is no longer in the campus. It's now on the streets, all across the nation. Now, politicians now began to benefit from this process by recruiting these boys that became hoodlums, as it were. Now you find somebody who never stepped into the four walls of the university or into any institution, or where is a member of so and so cult. Now, to the extent that even some of the politicians themselves, some of whom were cultists when they were in school, okay, They now enjoy and build empire of cultism around themselves. Somebody yesterday when I was making a broadcast, made some confessional statement and said that he can attest to the fact that when in the time of Oshomole was always rolling out money to pacify the different cult groups, the peacemaking and to settle them. Now the government we have right now does not believe in that kind of policy. Now, if Oshomole did that, as alleged by this man who called in to make that statement, it therefore means that Oshomole has contributed immensely to what we have right now. Now, that is the one we know. There are so many other politicians that have given guns to people because they have protected their own selfish interest. At the end of elections, they don't remove guns from the hands of these people. Today, what we see is that those guns are now being used to kill our people. Now we are trying to treat the sore from the surface, not from the inside. I am thinking that one of the ways to treat this sore is one, get the state assembly to enact strict laws. They should face the ultimate penalty if convicted without waste of time. There has to be some deterrent. That is one for me. The second one is that when investigation should be carried out to the point of knowing the source of their weaponization. Let us know the people who are weaponizing them, because by the time we catch a cultist, we take a cultist off the streets because the cultist is seen with a gun and all of that. At the end of the day, the person who's providing or supplying the gun, I want to investigate to remove such elements from the system. We are going to be in the same shit that we are in right now. The same damn shit that we are in right now. Dr. Agbons, in the light of this, should we really begin looking at treating the surface instead of actually doing a holistic work to treat it from the inside? Dr. Agbons, sir.
And I like the what you have developed, the framework you have developed already. I want to talk about four things. Now, politics cannot be removed from some of the things happening now. And like you have alluded to, comrades, we know how our politicians, how desperate they are to get political power because of their belief that once they are in power, they are able to, is an opportunity to amass wealth and do what they like. So there is the possibility that a lot of these court groups, a lot of these youths, some who may not even be in court, they suddenly just found that guns are now with them. And unfortunately as well, during the protest that was hijacked by Goodluck, a lot of police armory, they started away. So there's a lot of firearms in the hands of people who ordinarily shouldn't have them. And let me tell you, it's been proven the world over that when somebody has access to firearms, it becomes trigger happy. They want to use it, they want to test it out. And this is what is playing out in the show right now. So that is one. Number two, we are having weakness of policing at the moment. I must tell you that in terms of policing, we can just say that there is none. And it's really sad for me to say this. Because there's no police are not anywhere. So that one is also there. Then number two, the court groups.
Okay, Dr. Agbons, we may have lost you. We may have lost you. You probably just need to log out and log back in. Let me get back to Austin. Austin, are you there, sir? Yes, in the light of this, I may just take on the question I just asked Agbons right now, because we are no longer getting sound from Agbons, so I hope he gets back on. In the light of this, shouldn't we, because from what comments I'm even reading from people on Facebook People are even alleging that some members of our political class, lawmakers, are even part of this problem because some of them are cultists themselves. You know, some members of the police unit are even cultists themselves. At the end of the day, it is just, you know, it is just a bad apple, you know, mixed with so many worms inside the apple, all of whom are part of the whole problem, and the same people are part of the problem, and the people we are asking, you know, to provide proper solutions to this. How do we appraise all of this?
It is very, very sad. Comrade, everything that you said and the comments from our viewers are absolutely apt, because the people that you want to solve these problems are in themselves part of the problem. It is funny, it is unfortunate, and you know this is systemic. So it might take a bit of time, I tell you. It will take a bit of time and a bit of consciousness. Can I just beg the youth not to fall prey to all this? They use you for common good. After using you, that is gone. And the common good is for themselves, not for the commoners. I hope in next election we're not going to have this problem where our youth will sell themselves and allow themselves to be used. Sometimes they are not paid. So when they have the gun, they are not going to do everything. You just said something just now. If somebody is caught with a gun, I give you an example, comrade. If you've given me the gun and you are a top politician and I'm caught, you will do everything to protect me. You will not allow justice to remain. And this has happened over and over and over and over and over again. And for my youth, what is the benefit of being a cultist anyway? It doesn't give you anything, to be frank. And this has fostered, comrade, because in Edo State now, indeed Nigerians, the richest people now are even those people that are cultists. So it has become lucrative. And that is a big problem. So it is really, really, really systemic. It will take some time. The only thing we should be looking at now is just quick wins. Get the military, get the police back to restore some form of sanity while we build on the long-term solution, which will take years, my brother.
Okay, let me, Dr. Agbons is back. Dr. Agbons, we have identified, and based on comments made by some people who are making comments on Facebook, we can identify that people are alleging that our policemen, some of them, not all of them, are part of the problem because some of them are even cultists themselves. Some of them have been fingered, to be those supplying guns to criminals. So from the political class, we have a number of people as lawmakers, as government functionaries who are members of different cult groups.
Yeah.
Now, where this is true, if it is true, how do we wriggle ourselves out of this mess which is enveloping everybody?
Yeah, thank you, comrade. Apologies for my system going off. Let me just continue from where I stopped before I answer your question. Like the cult groups that we're talking about, you have said it, they used to be in the universities, higher school and all that. Then later it trickled down to secondary school. Look, the situation we have found ourselves as a society in the last few years has been that we have lost our moral barometer. So there's no morality anywhere. And when you look at the governance of those states, what has been the battle that this governor has been fighting is a kind of a moral rearrangement. That has been the battle. That has been the fight. So when you now put all this together with politicians, with the weakness we have in our policing system, with the guns that are available to youth because of elections or no election or NSAS protest that was hijacked, then the cult groups that are now on the street. So when you measure all these factors together, that is where we have the monster that is facing us now. And you have said, comrades, in your when you were creating a framework earlier, that we cannot be treating the wound and forget the cause of that wound. Look, ask any person who have worked in the hospital. they will tell you that the beginning of good health is knowing the cause of a disease. Over the years, there has been failure of governance. Our youth have lost mentorship. They have no role models. And like Austin have said, when you are a cultist and you are aggressive, they are very rich. So young people just felt that was the way to go, and that is why many of our youth even became coach members. So all these are the problems we have. So the change now is what we are hoping for, that with the new government in place and the what we have seen this government do in the last 4 years, and continuing from here, things will gradually take shape. But it's just unfortunate that this thing is just happening right in the week of the inauguration. So it is where we are at the moment. But I believe that with the security agencies, for me, if I have the ears of the governor, I just put a call through according to the security architecture. Let the military just move around, do a small show of force and move around. We have to see people moving around. This thing will go down.
Okay, yes, that is the recommendation from Dr. Agbons, and I think I agree with that recommendation. Right now, I think one of the things we need right now across the states is that we need the state to be engulfed with police, army, everybody patrolling the streets of Edo State, Benin City most especially. Like yesterday, I made the recommendation, and I hope it will be under consideration, that if this situation persists, beyond what is as it is, I think that the government should declare state of emergency in all the local government, local government, Ikpebaka local government, and environs, at least. So let us take it from there. And I want to say, this is my own opinion, anything that requires blood, don't give it oil. What is happening right now is a matter that requires what it requires. These guys are hardened. They are not afraid of police. As a matter of fact, I'm giving everybody this information, that even the commissioner, the police unit came to say that a number of policemen are receiving threat notes already from those who escaped from prison. There are people who persecuted some of the prisoners are already receiving death threats. You understand what I'm saying now? On their phones and everywhere and all that. Now, what we see, just the other day, the assistant commissioner of police, they open fire on him. Another policeman in the New Benin area was equally shot and all that. So it shows that these people are ready. They know the police will come after them. So they are ready for the police. So I want to say that with what we have, this is like a guerrilla warfare. And like somebody made a comment right now on Facebook, he said it's a combination of many things. The cultists that are doing their own, those who escape from prisons are still in a state operating as armed robbers as this. They have joined the scene to do their own. Now we are now having a very serious guerrilla warfare where people want to go about their way many activities, cannot do that anymore. I think now that if it is government or whatever, we need to institute our own guerrilla response. You come to attack the people. You come from nowhere. We should wait for you from nowhere. In that sense, if it is the police unit that will form the guerrilla response, let them form it. They must not be seen as policemen wearing uniform. Honestly, that time where whatever requires blood, don't give it oil. At this time, I do not even advise or encourage any policeman to be in uniform, fighting this menace. We are talking about community police, and I'm glad that the governor of Edo State is doing something hugely in that direction. Let these men and women be deployed. Let everybody enter the community. Make all of us similar. But let us know who is who. But let those who are on the path of securing the state be armed and ready. Be everywhere. So anywhere when they come out, they want to come out, they want to carry out activities, we have some already, our guerrilla men already prepared to respond. Because anybody that has come out in whatever guise, but come out with the aim to come and kill other people, should not be spared in the process. Should not be spared. We have the police, the security architecture we have license to respond. So let us not use kid gloves to deal with this. So this will be my own opinion. Honestly, about when these people, they are ambushing our people, they come out like spirits, they open fire on people, they kill, they go away. Irrespective of Inuniani, Evania Gbeleyi, and Semu way, because information that has reached us that I don't want to talk about is that some of these things that are equally political undertone to it. Some people are somewhere sponsoring part of this whole menace, catching on this matter the same way they deal with the NSAS protest, a legitimate protest. You know, they led a team. Yeah, negotiate with them. Yeah, the prison whatever. You know, open other prisons. Now we have. In fact, immediately the day after the prison matter, I made a broadcast. I said, Edo must now be ready to live without sleep. It's already happening right now. So I think we need to respond in kind, in same manner. Police, you cannot be afraid though. That is your job. If you're not ready, tender your resignation. Ayogwa. Let people who are ready be employed to do the job of protection of lives and property. I'm only advising that because of this attack on police, unit police vehicles, let every policeman right now be in mufti, be like them. Let every street in Edo State be patrolled. Every street in Edo State, every street in Benin City, in Ogida, let us have vigilantes in every of the streets. Let them be stop and search. Let it come back. Let it come back. Let there be some deterrent. If there's equal response for 2 days, to be very honest, we cannot continue like this. This is a law about this state that we are brought down to this like this because some of us are crazy. Does anybody have monopoly of violence? Like why good that I'm taking this a bit. I'm done kakabo. Austin Remiran, very sorry. Come back to forget say man. Austin, please just go ahead with what's in your mind.
Very painful, especially when you are being inundated with lots of phone calls. In addition to what you said, I think the governor or the government should do 2 things. I think nightlife should be suspended for the next 1 week in Edo State, so that there should be coffee from 7 o'clock in the evening. Nobody comes out, and it will just be normal life. That will be one. Then, of course, 2, I know the governor is not fighting
even in that, broad daylight now they are doing a lot of things, my brother. Broad daylight.
Most of these atrocities are not happening at night.
Yes, broad daylight, my brother.
But I have got reports of these guys just go into like a hotel and then they attack everybody. They go to any place they attack and they rape our women and girls and all that. So the atrocities it's not even happening at night, to be honest. So that curfew own is not.
It's not.
I don't think it's feasible.
Okay, yeah. We've said almost everything, and I want to beg the governor because I know that he gets information and credible ones. If there is any big man, any politician that is being brought to his notice that is responsible, please let him take immediate action, because the moment we continue to spare lots of these people, you're going to cause more problems.
Sir, I want to get water.
We need to take drastic action to arrest this. The governor, like I said, is not fighting for a second term. He should be able to sanitize this state. He has more information more than us. Let these people be locked up, please. And the military called in to restore peace. And like Lamte said, fire for fire, they will go back. You can't treat them with kid gloves. And if we know their houses, you go and operate in those houses in broad daylight to put fear in the hearts of those people that will want to think or have a possibility of wanting to cause mayhem thereafter. So if a house is known in Upper Sababa, you approach the house in the morning, full regalia. Make sure everybody there is taken and necessary actions taken, because we need fire for fire to bring the state back to where it is. He has been sworn in now, so he can liaise with the federal government and declare Edo State a state of emergency until peace is restored. We were scared of that because yeah.
Those states, like comrade have said, it can be like Oredo, Ikobaoka, and Ego. I think these are the 3 local governments. Because most of these things happening are they are happening in Edo South Senatorial District, the Benin area especially. So I don't think it's really statewide, because I haven't heard reports of these attacks in places like Esako, Uromi, and these other places in Edo North or Edo Central District. So that state of emergency can be limited to this. If the law permits, we can limit it to the 3 local government areas. But the truth of the matter is that there need to be decisive action from the authorities, because there has to be. Otherwise, this is not going to stop. That's true.
That's a huge point. That's a huge point, because when you look at it, when you look at it, in the course of elections, they brought in so many what's it called 30,000 policemen, as they say, 30,000 policemen to come and protect elections. Right now, we need policemen. I would expect that the 30,000 policemen will be more useful right now, because they were not useful in the course of election. They'll be more useful now. So the federal government, if they have to make any contributions, they should contribute now. But in the light of it, just to give additional information, about over 870 police, community police, units, just passed out yesterday, and I think the government of Edo State have, already drafted them into this scenario. We are hoping that within the next, couple of days, things will be brought under control. My own advice is that these young policemen that are just, passed out, we need to protect them, because right now these hooligans, I call them, in the name of cultists or whatever they are, armed robbers, prisoners who escape from prison, and all those who are catching on the situation. Because I think from what we see, the pattern of this whole thing, there are some people who are just catching in on the situation. They know what they are doing. They script their own role inside this matter very well, so that they will make it look like it is cultist and it is this, it is that. There are others who appear to have who are still reeling from the election result, the outcome of the election, and are still trying to help to destabilize the state. Now what we are saying is that our police can help to track all of them down and bring all of them to book. They should be shot at sight. This is my own recommendation, because they are out to kill, and they have been killing. We are not at war, and yet our people are dying like this. I'm not work. So we have about 877 police units, community police unit that passed out, already part of the system right now. We are hoping that they are able to do their job and bring some level of calm to the state. But I want to advise that we cannot expose them. With the police commands to make sure where they are in mufti, and all of that. Another aspect of our system that appear to be a problem, that I cannot fathom, is that Dr. Agbons, in the US, in the UK, everywhere, okay, we do hear of undercover, policemen in the system, gathering intelligence and investigations and all of that. Do we have that in our system at all, from what you observe?
Yeah, we have, but they are no longer effective. When we were growing up, Lamte, we used to be, when we hear CID, we get scared then. When you misbehave as a child, they say, CID go. So we quickly adjust our behavior then when we were very young at home. So with the criminal investigation department is still there, but they are not effective. And let me say this: our policing system at the moment in the whole of Nigeria is very bad. It's very bad in the sense that morale of the officers is low. They are disenchanted and all that. And even the NSAS protest, although it was on just one unit of the police, but it was hijacked and all that. So at the moment, when you talk of police, the solution, the holistic solution to all this is, for me, and people they can debate what they like, is for every state in Nigeria to have its own police. Because this federal police system we are operating, my brother, is a ruse, is a host, it's not working. It's not. We've been doing it for years and years. It's not working. It's not working because look, I have some friends who are even like they are intelligent police officers. What they tell me is that you investigate and then you come and report. You report to Oga, and then the next day you are getting a call from a criminal that you dey investigate me, abi. So in a system like that, even the hardworking, efficient police officers, they will not want to risk their life. So what sort of system works like that? So these are some of the systemic failure in our policing architecture that we need to correct. So the policing system as we have it right now is not fit and proper for purpose. It's not fit for purpose. That is my submission.
Thank you very much. Pharmacist Austin Iremera, from your take, can you say that His Excellency, based on his security manifesto and everything, will be able to actually sit on this matter with his own strategies?
I think he will. I think he will. All I just want to say is that he should just have the courage now. I know sometimes you say because you are democratically elected, you want to be civil. Like you said in the intro, civility is no longer needed here. It needs to be real fire for fire. And from what Tony said, all these laws we have already in our country and in our state. It's just that when you try to implement and follow them, there is always the big man factor. There's always something preventing you to making it happen. So the governor is the only person at the moment who is above that. So he should also liaise with other governors in other worst part area to find out what they've done. We need that drastic action. Absolutely. The governor has got all the powers. And I think we have more of the blessings of Edo State people in doing anything that is genuinely true to bring this under control. He should also liaise with the palace. Why do we have the palace and the Enigies and all of them? Because everybody comes from somewhere. So all hands must be on deck. All hands must, no more sitting in the office. Everybody should come out to try to restore peace to our state, because all that we dream of will not happen in a place of rancor, in a place of confusion. So yes, to your question straight on, the governor has all the powers. I just hope and pray that they give him the necessary advice. No more civility, fire for fire, at least for the next 1 week.
Thank you very much. Dr. Agbons, from your own perspective, okay, if you were the governor of Edo State, what action will you be taking right now?
My brother, I think I've said it before and I will say it again. If I was, I will make I'll have a security council meeting. We know those who attend such meetings, and then we have to get the military on the street. They need to move around. We need to see presence of security. Yeah, we need to see. This is not just a case of one person being killed. We're talking of over 20. So for me, that is the first step. There have to be patrols during election. We're not having 30,000 security, even though most of them were policemen. So and there was no crisis there. It was just anticipated. Okay, election may go violent and all that. So now people are being killed. People cannot even, I know a lot of people now who cannot even go to the marketplaces. So people cannot even go to work. Even our banks, they are all working in fear. You understand what I'm saying? So economic activities is granted to a halt. So how can government function?
Austin, from your own point, what do you think those in the diaspora can do to support the government, to support the system in this situation?
First and foremost, what we are doing now is a good platform. Everybody that is in diaspora that have got different platform should begin to use it to preach peace. All of us in diaspora, we have families, we have friends. Some of us in diaspora even know this cultist. So we should use everything within our power. We should start talking to our brothers and sisters. Some of us have got brothers and sisters that are not doing anything in Benin. We just send them money because money is too much in their hands. They are also gallivanting and they fall into all this. So we can't really do much. We can do so much. Let everybody begin to talk to their words. Let's talk to our parents. If we have brothers and sisters that are not doing anything and they are brandishing money, we need to ask them where they are getting it from. We need to put everything we can. Then those organized bodies, people in diaspora that are experts in security should also be able to lend their advice to the government. They can also get through to Comrade Show so that they can send information to the government. Everything we can do that is possible. And another thing, you didn't ask me, but you asked Tony. The governor can also open a regular meeting like we have in the UK so that every day they are giving security updates to those in Edo State. If that is done sustained for 1 week, the governor gets the update, there is a meeting, they are constantly talking and talking and talking and talking. That would at least quell something, because we need drastic action for the next 1 week to bring this under control.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you so much. May God bless you. Well, my people, Edo people and Nigerians across the world, yes, it's becoming a friends, and we've been trying to, stray the very issue right now that is on the top burner in our state, which is the issue of, insecurity in Edo State. And so far, based on what we've discussed, and of course, what government has put in place, and what Edo's, good, indigenous of Edo State are already doing, we are hoping that this matter will be brought under control in the next couple of days. And when that is done, we can begin to now get focused, correctly, and begin to look at the matter the way it ought to be. For me, I am going to push, by the grace of God, that we get to the root of all of these matters, particularly the guns that have littered the streets of Edo State. We need to find where those guns came from, and of course, but again, I want to appeal seriously to the police, that while the police are doing their best to bring the situation under control, they must not forget the mandate of making sure that they rearrest the prisoners who escaped from prison and take them back to the prison. You understand what I'm saying now? Amongst every other thing. We're not supposed to be having this debate, if not that this matter had become the issue on the top burner. We have a lot of issues we need to talk about. The inauguration of the governor of Edo State, the Allow Thou Summit, so many other good things and all that. But we're not going to allow this bitter part of what is happening in the state deny us completely of all the other good things. So in the light of that, many of you are already aware that the governor of Edo State has appointed the SSJ for his administration, and of course, Barrister Ogie he retained his position, and congratulations to him and all that. But however, there's an attachment to the statement made by the governor when he was announcing making the announcement that all other appointments will come in February. Dr. Tony Agbons, how did that sound to you when you heard that?
Yeah, let me be honest. When I heard that, I was like, what? And then the thought process bit of my brain, and now calmed down, and I was like, they say, he who wears the shoe know where it pinches. I now try to, just calm down, and I said, there must be a reason for this. Knowing the personality of our governor, Governor Obaseki, and knowing how his antecedent and how he works, there must be a reason for this. And then I just comforted myself in the knowledge that whatever had made him to say other appointment coming in February must be the it must be the right decision. He has a reason for that, and I'm sure we will get to know that as time comes forward.
Okay, Austin the Reverend, the governor announced, Ogie as the SSG, and did say in the statement that all other appointments will be announced in February. When you heard that, how did you feel? And what is your take? What your assessment?
I was surprised, but first and foremost, let me congratulate Barrister Osarodioge Esquire for the appointment. I think it's the right appointment in the right direction, the right person for that job, because I believe politics is very dicey and you need to also think of loyalty. In the emergence of Obaseki, much as we know that he's good, he has good intention, if you don't have some people behind you, things will not have worked well. So the standing by of the deputy governor, Barrister Osarodioge, really gave fortress to that vision of the governor. So I think that is right. I was slightly disappointed as well because February is about 3 months from now. I think it's too long, but the statement has already been made. Maybe these appointments or this position will be filled before February, I pray. But I want to say that the governor should have people to cover these areas, because the ministries are open now. I know they'll be manned by the permanent secretaries. Maybe groundwork is being done, but it shouldn't create a vacuum, because vacuum is not good in politics and in anything that we do. He has made that proclamation. We can't change it now. As a politician myself, I know that there are some intrigue going on. Let's hope they are resolved quickly, and let the end result, when these names finally come out, be something that will be good. But the governor should not take his eyes off the ball. And I also want to appeal to politicians as well, big politicians who are also putting the government and indeed the governor under duress with this appointment. They should consider the growth of Edo State first before self. But I'm sure that when these things finally come, I have the strong feelings that there will be the right people in the right position aimed at moving our state forward.
Dr. Agbons, I'm glad that you mentioned the politicians. Personally, I'm very concerned about that, because right now, I know that the governor will be overwhelmed by people who are trying to submit a list of their candidates for various offices and all of that. But if the governor has announced that February is when he's going to make his announcement, names of other cabinet members, as it were, is it that this government cannot govern the state without commissioners, for instance?
I think thank you, comrade. I think because most people, when most people always think that it's all about commissioners. I think in a democratic setting like the type we operate, it goes beyond commissioners. You have senior special advisors and all that, different parastatals, different agencies of government. Look, February may look long, but why I calm down, let me finish, this is very important. Don't stop me yet, comrade. Why I calm down is that let us know that this is a governor that moved to a new political party just about, this is November. The governor moved to the People's Democratic Party, I think in August or so. So there will be intrigues. And he left another political party. A lot of people moved from there to with him. So the situation the governor is, to be honest, I don't envy him. So with the permanent secretaries and the civil service that is already in place, I think this can still be going on while he fine-tune his team. A good team is very, very important, because this is a mega vision. It's a mega agenda which you cannot just bring every Dick and Harry and say, okay, you take this, you take that. So they need to sit down. They need to, put square pegs in square holes and round pegs in round holes. That is it for me. Because anything that is worth doing at all is worth doing well. Yeah, where I will be disappointed in February is when maybe the names are being reeled out, and then we start seeing some funny names, people who are not capable. But knowing the governor, I believe he will pick a very good team that will work with him to take the state forward.
Okay, that's quite incisive and interesting. I believe you too. Having said that, though, I like to mention and to appeal Edo State, the project of Edo State moving forward, the Align Without project, the mega manifesto. It's our business collectively, which means that we all have our roles to play. So even you, at the level of a local government, on one west, Isako West, Isako East, Oedo, all of you who have become, mini godfathers, through whom, names are going to be submitted to the governor for consideration for appointment. Please, if your list is not touched, if your nominee is not, approved for appointment, don't drag the stick down. Don't. Let us give this governor the free will to select his cabinet. I know that this governor, from the way he does his things, he's got his own criteria of selecting the people he wants to work with. Let us give him that benefit of the doubt to select his team, so that by the time the state starts running in full gear, we are sure that we are running with the best, at least the best that the governor is able to assess. So I want to appeal to us on that front, that all of us must cooperate with the governor, and all of that. So having said that, there is an aspect I want to discuss with, just to break away from the political razzmatazz a bit. I want to discuss that aspect with the team. Now, something happened. I don't know if I can find that, audio. Allow me to see if I can find that, that visual. It is something I like Edo people to see. I am happy to share that. It is something we want to discuss, because I don't know. I just believe that things ought to be the way they ought to be, as it were. What you say, just give me a moment to get that. In the meantime, Austin, okay, I think I found it. Just 1 second. I think I found it. I found this clip that I'm going to play to us, so we see what I'm talking about, and we're going to discuss it. I want us to watch it, then we discuss it. Yes. Please, just watch this, then I'll come back to the team.
I present to you the certificate of the oaths you have just subscribed to. Congratulations. I present to you.
Okay, something happened here, bro. The musketeers. Now, I observed something here, and immediately the governor was giving the certificate of office. Okay, what I was expecting after signing the document was for His Excellency to, of course, go to his wife and have, even if it's not a kiss, a peck, something that will signal something to all of us. Okay. I want you guys to watch that part again, and I want to discuss it on a very light note, though.
The certificate.
Why done the whole?
Congratulations.
He got the certificate. He went to the wife. He wanted to, but the wife and the governor now started waving. The musketeers, the governor tried, he can't help the going wife, but the person the wife called Dojam. Now shame that have been waiting. And because this matter, because I personally, from what I see from what happens around the world, normally if in America, the first thing the executive does, he and the wife go hug, they go peck or kiss or something. And I was expecting that because that he was going to speak something to me, to a lot of people watching at the time. But it don't happen. But I've got to make the attempt. Well, that's my mama. Now he sneak out of the picture. Now shame I reach like that. Though by the time when I reach inside party, reach all that, they do everything normally. But on this occasion, it didn't happen. Can somebody explain to me why, please?
I think, let me come in. I've watched this clip several times. I think it was, you see, when the governor took the certificate from Justice Edigin, the chief judge of Edo State, the governor wanted to hug the
Mama.
wife. But I think, to hug Mama. But I think she was going to greet, she was going to greet somebody as well. So the thing just happened, this, like what they say, a flash in a second moment. Yeah. So but it would have been really nice to see that hug, because the governor, is a romantic guy. So it was a miss kind of. Yeah, but you see the dance. Comrade, check. I forward the dance to you.
I know that part, Dave. I know. I mean, it's going this part now. This is the hit of the moment. Austin, this is not be politics. So this now just inside the gossip matter. No, we see gossip small. No, we gossip our governor.
Well, Lamte, thank you so very much. You and Tony, una don dey westernized. For Africa, we no dey kiss for public. so I support the wife well. You know, say women sometimes they get a shame. So maybe when the governor become president, the wife go don learn. But I just feel say nothing spoiled. It's just that you not have kiss for public now. You understand the matter?
I understand. Are we saying that we are still in that our culture?
Yeah, na small, latte.
Because we dey talk because me, e get one day, let me really say this. E get one day, we were watching a movie. All of us just dey parlour for Nigeria those days, big parlour. So many people, we dey watch film. So they come reach this moment, they come dey play music. It was a man and a woman. You come dey hear those sound, romantic sound. So everybody was expecting say, na kiss na one foul papo na between them. They don't build the thing reach there. The sound don still build and reach there. We were all waiting. It was delaying. The smallest pikin amongst us, about 6 years old child, he don wait the thing was not happen because he just break the silence say ọ̀gá ẹ̀mẹ̀ náà mẹ̀ kiss ẹ̀ mẹ̀ everybody burst laugh because it was what we were expecting. He not gonna be wait, and all that. Well, that was just on the light on the light note too. But talking about the what's it called, the inauguration. I thought it was beautiful. I don't know what you think, Agbons. I thought the whole package of inauguration was a beautiful one, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll be very happy, Lamte, if you can, because so that we don't put it's like his mama that missed that hug now from His Excellency. So, but if you look at their dance like they do in other places, if you look at their dance, you need to see how Her Excellency, how she did very well. The dance was really colorful. So if our people can see that clip, it will be very nice. At least in
while I'm downloading that, just tell me what your appraiser of the whole
the whole matter. Doing that, I think the inauguration was colorful. It was a bit low key because the governor said because of the NSAS protest and what is happening, but it was colorful and it was very well organized. It was well attended, at least under COVID protocol as well. So, and the governor's speech for me was quite very reassuring. You could see his demeanor. For those of us who are very good at reading body language, I was reading his body language. There's a good sign. And then, I think I will say that it was full of positivity.
Beautiful. Austin, what's your take? I didn't hear that. Can you say that again, sir?
Very good. It was an
And
epic
to, and to cap it up, Lamptey, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, the first match at the Ogbe Stadium was now another divine football match that ended 4+4.
4+4 talk back. Any way we want my brother, I be 4+4 any Magualo. That's not the kind of 4+4 we want, my brother. There are 4+4 the divine 4+4 we have one. Now the one we don't already get. We don't want any artificial makeup. Anyhow, when we take a look at the governor's inauguration, or after receiving the certificate, you know, and with the action we discussed earlier, you know, with Madam and Oga, I will equally, you know, give us another, you know, bit to look at. You know, everybody may not get where, you know, I'll take again, not change it, but this one was a lighter one, you know, a beautiful one in the course of the process. You know, that is, you know, Madam and Oga, you know, giving us the beat, as it were. A very happy one. In the UK, were happy days. You know, it was a happy moment for the Obaseki we know. You know, and a joyous one too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hallelujah. Now so we dey roll in those days. Well, you know, women, we cannot, men cannot contest that with women. Women are usually more romantic. And where problem go dey now if man become more romantic.
That's true.
And problem go dey. So it not be big deal to say woman dey more romantic than man. It's not so supposed to be. You know, say particularly way, I can tell you particularly we say they come from this part of the world. This particularly we the Edo people. That romantic matter na very serious matter.
Very serious.
That matter, we need to go school put, we not there get them at all.
We have to go and learn.
Particularly, it gets some of us when we say, man, really come, we grow from the cocoa below. It that matter they have well.
Lamptey, you know, say some, you know, one of the battle where most of our women they fight with our people say they say to even say I love you, they even had most men to talk.
My brother, that matter, I don't go lie to you. Before some man can't get used to that matter, come and say come dey normal. Now whoa, but because the fact that you don't say it doesn't mean you don't actually love your spouse. But just like say, man, where we come from, not be so we take the express originally, not be now, and not be so we take the express am. And in those days. You see our mothers come. Before they give food to our papa, you go to hear they say, well, women don't do that anymore. They want this artificial, you know. And the cold love. Now they said that every day. It is the
war we want cause so.
No, look, man. We don't cause it like war. we just talk. You understand what I'm saying now? No, we don't accept so that's what it be now. But me I'm saying just to remind us that when me young one, enough na yime, no nya na utie me a. I mean, we come now, maybe I hear my better able. Then able ya here. My brother, able my love. I didn't really want love.
That's true.
If you really count it, I didn't really want love.
That's true.
Well, because they surrender everything
to them.
Let's be very honest and factual. They surrender everything. But though we have cases of our people, our in that generation, other people understand the way we can balance the in a sense. Some of them they did it in a way that would be interpreted today as abuse. You understand what I'm saying now? And it was prevalent, you know, but deep down they know what they feel for their family, you know, and all that, you know. So I think we're actually trapped in that now, you know. We are not completely in that era. We have not completely been able to become this era that we are right now, particularly for those of us who are now living in the diaspora. That conflict is creating problem. It's huge problem because the women are so easily adapt to the current Western system. They expect you to follow in the same pace. It's only the wise ones who are patient with you to gradually follow.
Help you.
And they help you to follow. Some of that they want you to follow holistically, both physically, spiritually, and semi-spiritually. And so I'm working very on the man needs time. You understand? I am telling you, well, 20 years ago or 20 something years ago when I was in Nigeria, now. You understand me now? But having still lived outside of Nigeria for a very, very long time, you know, maybe changing it, and you know, I see it better. But I cannot forget where I'm coming from.
Absolutely.
Austin, please take up the matter from here. Don't pretend like you don't know what I'm saying.
Absolutely, you've said it all. We need to learn gradually. I've been married for over 10 years now. I still have that African thing in me. I've never opened the car for my wife.
Yeah.
Something as simple as that. But the only thing is that you just have to understand and gradually learning, and we get there one day.
Hallelujah. That is a man talking from the semi-spiritual angle. Ariani is a very serious matter. Go ahead, sir.
I get one confession. My wife is watching this program. She loves this your program a lot. I remember when I married newly, my wife would say, you know the talk I love you. I tell my wife, say, I beg, I say, I love you, my heart is there. You know, they see us and they treat you well and they look after you. I say, so it take me time to get used to, you know, to say it, you know. So like you talk, Lamptey, we are learning. We still learn. We learn. We will get there.
Yeah. I like that the governor made us bring up this topic. These are some matters that many of us just inside house we deal with them small. You know, to create a balance. Honestly, to be very honest, it is good that we show affection. I like some men. Okay, they are easily able to just see a woman. You know, man, oh, you look good. Oh, really nice. And it will like all those small compliments in it. But the way where we come from, you look at your wife, you know, our father will look at our wife, the woman looks good, but he's happy. Oh, you know, he's proud. Because the pride of a man going with his wife shows the man is happy. Yeah. But if the woman is not looking good, you know, the man will not even want to work with the woman. So the man will just tell him, you understand what I'm saying now? So there were different ways we were expressing these things. But life has changed. It's fast changing, and we are changing along with it. And however, there are still some of our brothers who are even living in the diaspora, who are still living like our fathers did. When they tell them to avoid, some of us have gone farther. When they hear and move forward and get close to the woman, because the women right now, they don't get complaint for that department at all. In fact, for that local government, they are doing all right. You understand what I'm saying now? So now just make the men just step up so that we have less stress in our marriages and our relationships. Because right now, I can still tell you that we are still getting reports of men not really meeting up. They on the semi-spiritual aspect, you know, I will appeal to our women. Because some of us are still very close to the ancestors. We are still close to, you know,
are you talking about the Jerusalem side of this?
Now you are already here in the package in the way now. That is a spiritual aspect of it, my brother.
Take me to Jerusalem.
What I mean, it is creating a huge problem in our relationships. I get, I mean, we are social media people now. I get series of complaints around that matter from men, some of whom are friends of mine. Understand? There are certain departments in the Jerusalem area where they don't want to go.
No, they don't.
And these departments are the areas where, some of our women are very happy. So,
comrade, you need to get a special program to talk about this.
Well, that's if it becomes necessary, yes.
Yes.
All right, my brother, thank you very much. It's just on the light part. The tension has been too much. So much insecurity discussion and all of that. That is why we deliberately wanted to use this matter to create, to relax our mind a little. Even when there is seriousness, we can still smile over certain things and all of that. So, but on a very light note, I will encourage that, we take a middle point, in our relationships and make it happy. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes, I will say this directly, sometimes it is not the pace with which we are expecting our spouse to follow up. It is not that same pace that our spouse is going to follow up. Sometimes, some of us are very slow, in some things. But sometimes we are going to get there. We'll get there. But all we need is understanding. Let us help each other to get to where we want to get to. You understand? And all that. The important thing is that our relationships, we are happy. Marriage is fine. The children are beautiful and they are looking okay. Only important is a good way. So, but all those nitty gritty, we need to just allow ourselves to come to those points. Okay. So, on that note, my people, I want to salute you all for joining us this evening. I want to thank you for taking your time out to be with us. If you are not yet following the Comrade Show, please just click the follow button if you want to, not by force. If you have not yet liked the Comrade Show, please like the Comrade Show if you want to. But we appreciate that you do, so that whenever we're on air, you will be the first to know that we are on air, so you can join us. Having said that, I want to quickly, give the party to my people to say, a final goodbye, a last word for this moment until we meet again. Remember, this is personalities and influencers. Yes, my people. Austin, just some last word for the people, man.
Thank you so much, Comrade Anthony. It's been a very lovely one. And for our viewers, we are so grateful. We are ending it on the lighter note because that's what it's supposed to be. For us, Edolite, it's been a great day for the inauguration. Stay well, keep safe, be alert, and be vigilant.
God bless you. Yes, the doctor in the house, Dr. Agbons.
Yes, my people, now do well as now follow us reach this time. Thank you so much for this Sunday tonic where we collect for the Comrade Show. Make una keep to the watch also. Now work start to for those states. Make all of us put hand, join hands to make our state better. God will bless you now. You do have a very superb and fantastic week.
Thank you very much, my people. Like I said, it's been personalities and it's been personalities and friends now. It's actually been the Comrade and Friends, and by the grace of God, this is a segment under the Comrade Show, and we've been trying to do justice to the topic of discourse. And today we've looked at the security situation at Edo State, and from the information we have already, we can assure everybody by the grace of God that the security situation will be brought under control within the next couple of days. And because what the governor of Edo State is doing is already yielding results like we are hearing. And by the grace of God, there are so many other elements at play. And we are hoping that within the next 48 hours, Edo State will be calm again. And of course, we can look forward to discuss some other things. I want to reiterate, the commitment that we've gotten from the governor of Edo State, that he is going to do his best to ensure that he brings the state under control. And apart from that, the governor is ready, to start working the work, and he's doing so much in that direction. And I'm sure that by next week, when we come here, we're not going to be talking about insecurity. We would have hoped that Edo State would have been calm and investigations will have been ongoing, to ensure that the root of all of these, the security apparatus will get to those roots, and of course bring things under, firm control. So my people, I want to thank you all for taking our time to join us. My name remains Comrade Lamte Oriahi, and I'm going to just leave you right now by saying, may God bless you. May God bless Edo State. May God bless Edo people across the world. May God bless the governor of Edo State. And of course, may God bless Nigeria and Nigerians. Until we see again. Enjoy your night.
Make Comrade Show. Wait. Comrade Lamte Oriahi. Live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us. Follow us and be the